Hey everybody, welcome back to the Resident Evil 1 Remake Commentary. Today we're going to begin the Courtyard, one of the more linear parts of the game. And that goes for both the remake and the original. Nothing ever gets as complex as the mansion after you complete that part of the game.
What are the blue herbs? Are those a puzzle?
Those cure poison.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they cure poison.
All right.
Because, yeah, and in this area of the game you can get, I don't know if the snakes can poison you, but the spiders certainly can.
And if you're poisoned, you lose health over a period of time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I
You
gotta
gradually lose
say
health.
that all the enemies have received, some nice graphical updates with the remake, but the ones who benefit from it the most are the spiders.
The spiders didn't look too bad, though, in the PS1 game.
They
to be
looked
fair.
terrible.
I didn't think they were that bad looking. For PS1, I thought they were fine.
It's just,
But they are much better looking here, you're right.
it's just, of all the enemies in the game, they were the ones that clashed the most with PlayStation 1 graphics.
They generally
and
require more polygons to make look convincing. That makes sense.
In another moment that kind of trips up veteran players, in the original game, as I showed off in the Jill scenario, you have to push a statue to block a hole to stop this. Because inside the hole is Plant 42's plant tentacles, and if you go over it, the tentacle will pop up and damage you. And in the original, you put a statue over the holes to prevent that. In the remake, you have to push a block towards a stack of other blocks to make a staircase somewhat, and avoid the hole completely because there's no way to block it.
Now, check out that sweet Donkey Kong fur.
Star Fox Adventures would be proud.
But look at that ass. And I'm not talking about that poster.
What, is there like an actual donkey here?
No, you can't see Chris's ass. He's wearing that wonderful fanny pack.
It just
And what a
highlights
fanny.
his features so well.
Anyway, there's a bit of a puzzle here involving symbols, colors, and pool billiard balls, of all things.
That may or may not serve any purpose depending on how the Plant 42 boss goes, because in Remake, if you want the passcode to the room to make V-Jolt, you have to get it by looking at the color of the lamp, the symbol under the color of the lamp once you light it up, and coordinating the color of the lamp with the billiard balls on the billiard table and the number it has. 3 digits, you use those to unlock the door, and you get access to the V-Jolt room. But with the Chris scenario, you see, Chris is too dumb to make V-Jolt. I don't blame him, personally, because I don't like making V-Jolt either. You have to get captured by Plant 42 for the game to give you control of Rebecca, and then she has to go into the V-Jolt room to make the concoction herself.
Can you just ignore Chris and play the rest of the game with Rebecca?
No.
Aw.
But that's even if Plant 42 captures Chris, because it cannot happen at all. You can totally, run up to the second set of stairs in the boss fight and finish off Plant 42 normally without ever having to need Rebecca at all.
Are you going to be doing that?
It happens, yeah, because Plant 42 never grabs me. Well, it never grabs me past the cutscene.
It was more likely to happen in It was more likely that happened in the original because I think Plat 42's boss room was just a single floor thing in the original game.
Yeah.
So you are more likely to have to deal with V-Jolt there. In the remake, you can avoid it pretty handily, yeah.
You take the map here, and there's a hole in the wall. Chris will point out, don't examine the hole a second time because there's a beehive on the other side. And examining it early will cause bees to appear out of the wall. And,
Yeah,
it's going to be a bad
you
time.
kind of want to
Not
wait
the
until you get
bees.
you want to wait until you get the insecticide.
It's okay. You can just shoot them out of the air,
Except
as
once,
you do.
Except once you examine that hole, they start infinitely spawning in this hallway.
Well, I mean, that makes sense. A bee colony can have thousands of bees in it.
Yeah, but the problem is they harry you whenever you pass through that hallway. You don't want that to happen. Where did that zombie even come from?
He was in the other hall. He's inside the residence in the room parallel to this.
Right. Why do you keep blowing yourself up with your own grenades, Chris?
Maybe.
I can't see where I'm going. Well, take the glasses off. No, it can't be the glasses. I'm sure it's the fanny pack.
I bet Wesker that I could wear these just as long as he does, and I'm not losing.
We've already doubled up 3 times. Wait, was there a zombie in one of these rooms that was like that hanged himself?
That's a room ahead.
Right. I thought I was remembering
Yeah.
that right.
Yeah, but that zombie that I encountered in the bathroom, you encounter here. But if you ignore him, like he,
Oops.
I think he hears you walk inside the room and wants to know what that noise is.
That was the most clumsily hidden secret ladder in the universe. You just,
Well, the entire universe.
put a
won't.
bunch of bookshelves in front of it, 10 feet away from the wall, where anyone can see that there must be something behind them.
God, look at that detail, man. I love that. You see dust particles, like in the reflection of the moonlight. I love dust particles. No, I'm kidding. I hate dust particles.
Luigi's Mansion must be your least favorite game, then.
No, it's just because you have to just kind of forget that even every waking second of your life, you're constantly inhaling that son of a bitch. In fact, you're breathing in dust particles right now.
You know what? I think I can live with that, because I have for 25 years.
I can live with that. What really annoys me is that every second of every day, dust is getting on my computer and, in my computer.
Yeah, you can live on my nose as much as you want, but stay off of my computer, man.
Well, I can. My body knows how to filter out dust and breathe it out and stuff. My computer, on the other hand, needs me to go out and buy pressurized air canisters so that I can blow it off.
Yeah, so at this point, I'm not even carrying a weapon because I don't
You
plan
run
on
faster when you're either carrying nothing or a knife, I think.
Yeah.
But you don't even have the knife at this point, so...
No.
Oh, the
hell is
self-defense
that?
gun.
The noisy cricket.
The noisy cricket. Yeah.
It is the noisy cricket because the self-defense gun is a magnum.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
It's a one-shot magnum.
It's a one-use magnum.
Yeah.
So does the gun just disappear after you use it, then?
No, it doesn't.
What?
That's the annoying thing about it is that once you use it, it's just dead space in your inventory.
Yeah.
You can't reload it with another magnum shot?
I don't think you can.
Yeah, so what you really want to do is use that to destroy the head of a zombie at some point when you feel you need to.
Or use it against a boss for added damage.
I mean, if you were destroying a zombie's body, you'd have to run back and put the canteen away anyway, so you might as well use the magnum instead. Save yourself some kerosene.
I would have liked, though, for like the self-defense guns, and it's pretty much like a miniature magnum that you have to get the miniature wind crest and sun crest, to put it inside the little...
And then Chris loses like half his height. Now he's miniature Chris.
Yeah.
You know what I want to do one day, though? I want to save the self-defense gun for the tyrant. Just kill the tyrant with the self-defense.
As the final shot.
Yeah.
So you're Jack Sparrow, Pirates of the Caribbean. This bullet's not meant for you.
Oh, we're on this part again.
Yeah, so thankfully this was shortened in Remake. You don't have to push the box nearly as far.
Yeah, and the original is like way down the hallway, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was on another continent.
Man, this is the largest mansion I've ever seen.
There is a purpose to this pit with water in this version of the game, though. The underground research facility, the aquatic research facility, has been greatly expanded. Much to its benefit, I might add. It was just kind of a square space of nothing in the original game.
It was a banquet hall
Yeah, there's like
with sharks.
there's a rather thrilling sequence of events involving the sharks in this version of the facility, and it's quite nice. Also, the atmosphere in this part kind of gives you a peek at what you're looking forward to in the underground laboratory at the end of the game.
In the secret laboratory.
Yeah, the comment we were saying earlier, Ted, we're technically not in the mansion anymore. We're in the courtyard, like across the mansion.
Yeah, there's a guardhouse in the courtyard where a plant went wild with mutation, and it sort of became a research center because of it.
Richard.
My ankles are soaking wet. My shoes are soaking wet, but my ankles are bone dry. Yeah,
So if you save Richard, this is where he gets Deep Blue Seed.
Richard.
And Yeah. Rest in peace, Richard.
So what happens here if Richard is dead already?
You just run into the sharks.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, these sharks will attack you normally, but there is another shark, a bigger shark, that is on a timer, which will instantly kill you, so don't stay in the water. Just
Or
run.
if you cross the bridge leading to the center of this room early, you'll get a jump scare that way as well.
Yeah.
You see, no shark in video games will ever be scarier than the one from Treasure Trove Cove in the original Banjo-Kazooie. That thing is terrifying. Alright. And I don't care how zombie-ish you make your sharks, nothing's gonna beat that.
Also, why the hell was Richard here? Shouldn't he have been resting in the room with the
I
medical
don't know.
supplies?
Well, he got over his poison bite pretty fast.
How did he even get here, though?
I have no
What?
idea.
Is that character even in the original game, or is he new?
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
But he dies pretty early.
Okay.
I don't think he dies in the shark area in the original either.
Like, Jill runs into Richard, but he dies from his snake bite almost immediately after running into him. But yeah, because we got that cutscene though with Richard, the assault shotgun will be available as soon as we drain the water.
So I guess
That's a-
Richard was dropping it, and the shark spit it out?
Man, that's another advantage Jill gets. Not only can she get the regular shotgun easier, she can get the assault shotgun a lot sooner.
Well, Jill is the easier scenario of the two. She always has been.
Yeah. Because people either, save her from traps, or they die a whole lot sooner and leave their weapons behind and easier to find locations. You have to go through the whole...
Richard! Ooh, shotgun.
You have to go through the whole pressure shelter situation before you can get the assault shotgun.
Oh, error. I know this. I'm supposed to cross into Saria Town.
So I kind of get lucky here, if I remember the workaround of this puzzle correctly. So my test playthrough. So for this puzzle, pretty much you have a time limit. The critical threshold being the timer. You have to release the safety. Then you have to lower the shutters. The shutters get jammed, and then you have to reapply pressure to the valves. There are 3 valves, 1 through 3. In my test playthrough, it was valve 2. So like an idiot, I thought in my second playthrough, okay, it's always valve 2. I just got to remember that. The valves can randomize. Yeah. And I just immediately go to valve 2, and I just happen to be right.
Ah, jeez.
I should have been dead.
How do you know which valve to go to, though?
There's a note in the table right there
Ah, I see.
that tells you which valve to release in case of emergency.
And you just happened to guess the right one.
Yes.
Well, aren't I lucky?
The goggles are also X-ray specs.
These glasses are amazing.
No wonder Weskers wear these all the time.
Anyway, sealing the pressure shelter allows you to drain the water from the entire facility. Basically a giant fuck you to the shark that just tried to kill you.
Yeah, that's what you get for killing Ricardo. You mean Richard? Yeah.
That guy.
Rachel.
What did I say? Don't sully the memory of Rachel.
Okay, now you're not even trying, Chris.
I love Dick. Well, I mean, you're not wrong, but...
That reminds me of a Starfire bit from a Teen Titans comic.
Oh, I never read Teen Titans, so...
It's one of the old, 70s issues where she's obviously, Robin and Starfire were a thing for a long time. So she's, and of course one of the comics is I Love Dick. It's yeah.
Maybe what you need is
Yeah.
some solid dick from an Iron Man. Maybe I do. Showhead. Maybe I
Maybe
do.
I do. Laugh at Joker's boner, will you?
I love old comics. It's the best.
This is the best payoff to the entire shark situation.
Yeah, the assault shotgun.
No, not the assault shotgun.
I agree.
I mean this.
What happens when a lightning bolt shocks a shark?
Let's find out.
The same thing that happens to everything else.
Except rubber. So if it was a rubber shark, it'd be fine.
Yeah, so I kind of jumped the gun on that one. You have to examine the glowing item here.
Sorry, take
And then
two.
surprise!
Damn, I used my best quip already.
So, the shark is alive.
Even though it had already been electrocuted at this point, but whatever.
So, you need to kill the shark to get the key without dying. You do this.
It is possible to grab the item without getting mangled. It's just really risky.
Yeah.
Shia Kazim.
Why would you do that when you can drop a hairdryer in the water and kill Cthulhu?
I prefer toaster.
Here's your problem. Too many toasters.
Fry it with the toaster. The shark dies, and then the punchline is the toast comes out of the toaster.
Yeah, but the cool thing about that moment is that after the shark is dead, you still have to go close to the shark to get the item.
Makes you paranoid.
Which is... yeah.
Man, Jabberjaw got really, really dark in this Warner Brothers remake.
Warner Brothers remake. I was thinking more Bomberman Zero myself.
Well, they did Warner Brothers, who owns DC, did a whole bunch of
Hello.
Hanna-Barbera comics where they're all like really dark and depressing for some reason.
Not really dark and depressing. It's just more in tune with what superheroes and other weirdness.
We committed genocide, Barney.
Well, no, that's a separate Flintstones comic entirely.
Oh, okay.
Just-
If you're just talking about the DC crossovers with like Looney Tunes and Hanna-Barbera stuff, that just depends on what they're crossing over with.
Just-
Like the Lobo and Wile E. Coyote Roadrunner one is actually like not serious at all because it's Wile E. Coyote and Lobo.
You just roll up your green herb and smoke it to free up an inventory space so you can...
I will gladly intake my spinach early if it means getting Magnum rounds.
Yeah. Ah, man.
The Magnum
Yeah,
rounds
but, I
are
mean,
more
you-
valuable than
you
your
You
health.
see what I'm wearing. I'm totally a stoner.
Hey, Rebecca, are you ready to find Jill St. Patrick's Day? You mean Jill Valentine?
Are we gonna see
Yeah.
any, are we gonna
Yeah.
see any other costume during this playthrough?
Just the BSAA outfit that is exclusive to HD Remaster.
All right.
The only costume I don't show off is Code Veronica Chris, which honestly I never liked anyway. So
Yeah. The cool thing about the BSAA outfits for Chris and Jill is that when you switch to them on the main menu, they show a different ID card for the characters,
Yeah.
which is a nice touch.
oh, Chris also gains like 50 pounds of muscle because it is literally his model from Resident Evil 5.
You
it's
just
that
gotta lift.
it's that Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness logic where you do a few pull-ups on a specific bar and your
100
strength increases.
push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 crunches, and a 10-kilometer run every single day.
Oh wait, no, doing push-ups was a Metal Gear Solid thing. In Angel of Darkness, it's literally just you climb a specific point in the game and your strength increases arbitrarily.
I do lots of push-ups and drink plenty of juice.
When I was a lad, I ate 4 dozen
Oh
eggs every
god, that
morning.
game was horrible.
large. But now that I'm grown, I can only eat 5 because my inventory is way too small, and each egg takes up one individual spot.
I don't remember the song going in that direction.
When they come out of the Disney vault, they always change stuff. So
These old-timey pants just don't have the pockets.
Is that what we can expect from the Aladdin remake?
probably yeah. Unfortunately.
Also, a lot of blue Will Smith making fun of Philadelphia or something.
Okay,
It's
I'm
like
not
Blue
even
Will
bothered
Smith.
by the idea of a live-action Aladdin movie. It's just an Aladdin movie without Robin Williams. That
Yeah, that's
feels
my
wrong
biggest
for me.
concern.
I also just because the remakes that they've if it were completely on its own merits, I'd be fine with it. But the Beauty and the Beast remake is not good.
They've been
At
doing
all.
nothing but the remakes for a while now, and it's really kind of getting aggravating.
If they did something closer to what they did with Maleficent, where they did a different take on Aladdin or remade it or whatever, I'd be more okay with it. But just
It's literally, like Beauty and the Beast, it's literally just going to be the same one we already had, but live action.
yeah, pretty much.
So less impressive and less well written. Okay.
Yeah, basically exactly that.
Oh, but we're all adults now. We can't be watching cartoons.
No, cartoons
Right.
is
The original Aladdin, original quote-unquote, the animated Aladdin movie from Disney is less than 30 years old. I'm older than it, and I'm not even 30. So there's literally no point in having to remake that movie. If they I'd be fine if they were remaking like Dumbo or Pinocchio or something.
Well, they are
something that's,
remaking
older.
Dumbo. Tim Burton's doing that.
Oh,
know,
great!
No, that could be legitimately interesting. Dumbo is basically Tim Burton crack, so
I cannot wait to see his pink elephants.
I wonder who he's gonna cast Johnny Depp as this time.
And who's going to be who is Helena Bonham Carter going to play?
Well, the only woman in that movie is the mom, the mother elephant, so it has to be her. Oh man, did Wesker try to sell us his encyclopedia?
No, this is porn stash, clearly. I mean,
Yeah, we got a nip slip.
it's not a nip slip if she's not wearing anything in the first place.
It's okay though. It's an oil painting, so that means YouTube's not going to yell at us.
Yeah,
'cause
now it's art.
Oh yeah, even public buildings can show nipples if it's like some artsy fartsy statue. I'm not even joking about that. I drove past a building with a statue like that just the other day. It was like right by the highway too, so everyone.
But
sees
there was
that
nothing
shit.
behind the books on the bookshelf. How did that work?
Man, Chris, I know you want to see some titty. It must have been a stressful day, but there are more important things to be doing right now.
So I'm thinking I should probably save first. But I just decide to wing it because this is what leads to Plan 42. Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking for a STARS officer. Clearly,
Man,
you're
the hentai viewing has really come back to bite me.
Well, I mean, we just saw some titty, and this is Japanese, so the tentacles were sure to follow.
Well, so see, the plant picked him up thinking it was Claire, then immediately put him down, realizing that what it had actually picked up was some weird fanfiction.net gender switch version of Claire.
My contract did not include this. All right.
I am a heterosexual plant monster, thank you.
Well, yeah, this is Plan 42, and in the remake, what you have to do is get to the second floor, wait for its bulb to open up, and then shoot its bodily innards.
What happened to the other 41 plants?
Eh.
They were the herbs. We've used them up.
Yeah. I smoked 39 like an hour ago.
So when's Chris gonna have tentacles just growing out of his stomach?
Never.
Never.
Oh!
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, so again, a thing that can happen is that Plant 42 can just straight up grab Chris, and if that happens, Rebecca heads into the fight. Well, by that I mean she leaves the room, and that's when you have to make V-Jolt.
Wow, it's like you went into your inventory, saw that you weren't that hurt, so you decided not to heal, and then immediately got hurt.
Yeah.
It's almost like you intentionally did it just so that the healing item wouldn't go to waste.
So since this game will only tell you if you're fine, sort of hurt, and then close to dead, but not anything more specific.
There's
right?
actually
There is critical.
there's critical danger. There's 2 levels of caution, like yellow and orange, and then there's fine.
Okay, but is there like, do you take damage in like hits of like 1 or 2 and you're instantly brought to that status, or is it more?
There are hidden HP values.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's more.
And
more
certain
gradient
attacks
than
do
that.
more. Yes, certain attacks do more than others, but it does run off on a numerical system.
I think I do like that kind of idea for a horror game where you don't know how hurt you are. So,
Yeah.
you're not sure whether to heal or not. That adds to tension. And
Unlike the original, there are telltale signs visually that you're kind of roughing it.
You scared me.
Yeah.
You okay?
Although at least you don't have to deal with that thing in Resident Evil 2, where when you're really injured, you move at the speed of a snail.
Yeah, we just don't need that anymore. I'm glad they got rid of it.
Yeah, it was kind of like
He's gone. Where did he go?
It was counterproductive. When you're injured, you kind of want to get away from the enemies so that you can
Oh wait, now I can't.
regroup. But it's like, if you get to that point when you don't have any healing items, you're basically screwed.
they forgot about
Yeah,
a space and watched out.
I should have watched out.
It's my fault. He was distracted by my outfit, and the shark ate him.
Glad you feel okay.
I mean, to be fair, Chris, what did you expect?
I expected to be complimented. Thank you.
I mean, he wasn't distracted by you. You're literally wearing just a cowboy outfit. I'm sorry, cowgirl.
Hey, man, that's in this season.
Yeah, Pirates were last season.
Pirates are in this year.
That's not what
Wesker?
Wesker told me.
That's one hell of a fly swatter, Wesker.
Can you get different outfits for Wesker in this game, or
Did
no?
you see that little smirk on Wesker's face before he turned around?
Yeah.
I never noticed that before.
I see.
Huh.
Anyway, we better find a way out of here before we turn into...
Yeah, Wesker, these sunglasses aren't working out.
One of the things about Chris's story is that he has a lot less of it than Jill, oddly enough. Like, it's not even up until this point that you start getting a bunch of cutscenes. You don't see or hear anything of Wesker until this point either.
You have less interaction with Rebecca than Jill has with Barry.
Yeah, and less interesting stuff involving Wesker as well, so just less all around. It's odd.
Well, I guess you guys said that not Rebecca, God. Jill is the character they expect to be easier, so I guess if you're playing Jill's scenario, you're playing it first, so you get the more interesting story. And if you're playing
You still need to play Chris, though, to get a little more perspective and nuance.
I don't think the game actually tells you that Jill's story is easier, though.
Oh.
You kind of have to figure that out.
That's a good point.